This is really a complete concrete jungle. Or
yeah, this is literally a concrete jungle now. I mean, there's like a greenhouse in here, basically, at this point.
Ohio has lost nearly 1 in 3 manufacturing jobs since NAFTA, and nearly 1 in 4 manufacturing jobs since China entered the World Trade Organization. That's really something.
Wie Amerika wil begrijpen, en zeker in het jaar van Trump, moet in deze streek in Ohio beginnen. Het land van staalarbeiders, van de handen uit de mouwen. Een streek met machtige vakbonden. Het was hier altijd vruchtbare grond voor de democraten. Maar de afgelopen decennia onderging Amerika een metamorfose. En nergens is dat zo zichtbaar als hier.
Henry Ford paid his workers enough money to buy a Ford car because he knew that that would be good for his company. And that's the famous example of how the Industrial Revolution created a prosperous working and middle class, and they rose up. That's not true at all of the Information Revolution. The money is concentrated in a few hands. There's some people who are winning big, and then there's, it hasn't at all helped people in the parts of the country that have been suffering from loss of industries, loss of jobs. It doesn't create enough jobs to replace them.
je zou kunnen zeggen, deze spoorlijn was echt de levensader van Youngstown en van deze fabriek. Want waar nu een heel groot parkeerterrein staat en zo'n sporthal, dit was één grote staalfabriek. Er werkten hier duizenden mensen, 2 grote schoorstenen en onder de rook van deze fabriek letterlijk lag Youngstown. Er zat leven in Youngstown. De mensen waren klaar met hun dienst, liepen gelijk de stad in, de kroeg in. Youngstown, geloof het of niet, was in die tijd hip en happening.
European countries, which used to be much less fluid in terms of moving up and down, are now more socially mobile. I'm sure Holland has more social mobility than the United States. That is a huge change because we've always held out rising up as the treat, the dessert that comes after the kind of not very good tasting dinner of capitalism, which can be very rough on some people. We have a much rougher, less protective, less, smooth economy than European countries, but there was always this trade-off. Well, but you can rise, you can do well. The job creation, at least where I grew up, is now, it's engineering jobs. It's jobs for which you need at least a college degree, if not.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
This was also 92. This was Bill Clinton at his prime.
Yes, yes. Great campaigner. Great campaigner. I mean, he was just one of the...
His wife was popular here too.
This was in 92?
Clinton was here, Reagan was here, Kennedy was here.
Do you remember when Reagan came?
Yeah.
What do you remember?
Just going down to see him. I mean, I don't remember what he had to say, but they all make promises. It seems like once they're elected, all interest in the Mahoning Valley disappears.
Bill Clinton, when Bill Clinton first ran, they had an event in the parking lot of the Southern Park Mall. 10,000 people showed up. That was one of the largest crowds he ever got in the presidential election. very much a reminder of what Donald Trump is doing today.
In what sense?
In the sense of getting people together, bringing people, you know, to attend, people getting interested, people, you know, responding.
What did Clinton tell the people of Youngstown?
One of the biggest issues at the time, we were competing, we being this region, for a major Pentagon accounting center. And Bill Clinton said, he says, if I'm elected president, I will bring you one of the Pentagon accounting centers. And people just went nuts. He got elected, and we started editorially, and my columns started pounding away at this, you know, where is this thing? It never happened.
There's been a really tragic collapse of this sort of, it's both a social collapse and economic collapse, and then it becomes a personal collapse, because without the jobs, without the social bonds that come from having a real, you know, civic life that people are part of, people become isolated, and they lose hope. And that's happened in a lot of parts of the country, and I think Trump is feeding off that. That's been his constituency.
Come on, have your picture taken with the Donald.
We need Mr. Trump. He's not just a choice, he's America's future.
He was Democrat and he registered Republican so he could vote for Donald Trump. Now, I have friends in Alabama that have never voted Republican, and they are so behind Donald Trump because they know he's our future.
He's selling snake oil. He is selling, he based his campaign on promises that cannot be kept. And yet, the American people have not reached the stage of saying, of asking questions, like they would have traditionally done in any other candidate.
As far as Youngstown's concerned, we need more business. Every city in the world, in the nation, this nation needs business. It's what keeps the machine moving. Without business, we can all live on very little, or we can thrive on business. So I just know that that's the way to go, in my mind.
Let's make America great again.